Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are. Today we are bringing on a artist. His name is, I will put it down in the bottom before he comes on. Okay. KefeeTheArtist one from TikTok. He also has a YouTube channel, so like and subscribe to his channel. The very talented artist. I found him on the web, and he had questions about NFTs, and he's going to come on. So we're going to kind of do like a brief Q&A. He is so talented. I come from a family of artists, but he still does airbrush, which is very, very rare these days. So once he comes on, we're going to just do a Q&A and basically give him the basics on the NFTs. I want to tell you right now, Ethereum is at 29.37, Bitcoin is at 44,165, and Dogecoin's at 13 cents. Woohoo! So at the end of the broadcast, if you want, I'm going to leave the link in the comment section. And if you want to join the conversation, you're more than welcome to jump on. That's the purpose of my channel. I'm going to post it right now. You just got to stand by, and I will bring you in. As long as you want to talk about NFTs and crypto, you have any questions, no problem. No question is a dumb question. And if you're new here, I created this channel because I heard about crypto long ago. I heard about Bitcoin. I ignored it. When I finally was kind of interested, it was brought to my attention with Bitcoin, actually with Ethereum, and I was already over the Bitcoin thing. It was like 30,000 before it hit its all-time high of 64,000, I believe. But I just wasn't interested. I'm like, I'm not putting $30,000 into nothing. I need to make money, not take a chance with a whole lot of money. But anyway, I've been in crypto for over a year. Actually, it'll be a year in April. And I'm a lot more knowledgeable now. The point of my channel is to educate people, bring people on the platform to explain crypto. It changes every day. Anybody who tells you crypto, you can learn it overnight, they're lying to you. Anybody who tells you to buy a currency when it's at its all-time high, they're bad advisors. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do give you my opinion, and I wish I found a channel or some information on the internet prior to me getting in, because my long story short is the minute I got in while the market was high. And I'm going to be quite honest, Dogecoin brought me in at 6 cents. And from Dogecoin, I graduated to other things. Without further ado, I'm going to bring on Kefee, the artist, and we will catch up on my recap in a few. One moment. Welcome. How you doing this evening, sir?
All right, how you doing?
Good. How do we say your name? Kefee, the artist?
One more time. How do I say it?
Yes, Kefee?
Yeah, Keefy.
Okay, nice to meet you, finally.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. So I was telling the audience that I found you on social media, and I come from a family of artists. This is the first time Kefee and I are talking in person, well, through the internet, correct? And I was kind of amazed with his artwork because he's very talented. I come from a family of artists. Kefee don't even know this. And they're all type of artists. From brother-in-laws to cousins to the kids in the family, everybody has a talent. Your talent is amazing and beautiful, and I would love to take this time and answer any questions, because we were talking about NFTs and you were pretty confused about it all, which is common.
Right. Yeah, I am. Because I've heard so many stories, and I've talked to other artists, and they were saying that you get a digital print, and then I've heard some artists say that they get a tangible print. So I was unaware, and then I heard something that it's a digital form that they have it for, you have so many times that you can sell it, or you put a block on it of some sort,
The
and then you get a percentage of some sort after that. So it was all confusing. So I just want to get an understanding of how it works, and do they get a tangible picture or they don't get a picture? So that was just
Okay.
my curious, those are some of the
Got
things
you. And that's a perfectly great question, because I was asking myself that for almost a year, because I've been investing in crypto since April, and the whole NFT thing, it was so confusing to me. I was saying, if you watch my channels up until about a month and a half ago, I'm not into NFTs. If that's what you do, go ahead and do it. But then I ended up making an NFT from my grandson's artwork, who's only a year and a half years old. So anyway, I had, I took the other route, and I says, you know what? I'm going to learn about NFTs. First of all, NFT, I'm going to give you the definition. NFT is and I'm going to explain it to you. It's a non-fungible token. It's not interchangeable. And the data of your art is stored on the blockchain. It's a form of a digital ledger. Sounds like another language to you, right?
right.
Okay. So just so you know, because this is your first class,
Right.
right? You're the student for the moment. And I'm
Okay.
glad to give you this information. A NFT is a non-fungible token. I'm going to give it to you in English.
Okay.
You sell me your house. I get a title and a deed to the house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you're going to take your art. Let's say you take that Mary J picture.
Okay.
Once you're done with it, you go on this certain website. We're going to be friends, because I'm going to school you through this whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
It's not going to be right now. You're not going to learn everything, because if anybody tells you I'll show you, they're throwing you out the window.
Right. Okay.
It sounds complicated, but I promise you, if you do it the correct way, it will be rewarding. Number one, you take your picture. It's done right now. I tell you, Kefee, guess what? Go on this website, blah, 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 and I'll tell you where it is.
Okay.
Okay. As long as you do your homework and make sure you're on the right website, because I try to teach people, because there's a lot of scams in crypto.
Gotcha.
And NFT is crypto, and crypto's real.
Okay.
The people out there are vultures. And you see, it's almost a $2 trillion market between the crypto and the NFTs. So
Wow.
there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of people trying to get at it. So you go on a website such as OpenSea or Rarible.com, which you could do your homework after the video whenever you have time.
Okay.
You download your picture, I'm going to talk to you in English. Forget all the NFT talk, okay? You
Okay.
basically download your picture, and what you do is, it's called minting. You mint that Mary J picture. You're the first person to ever mint that Mary J picture. It belongs to you,
Okay.
right? Kind of like, remember the poor man's copyright back in the day?
Right. Right.
What they used to tell you, if you don't got no money, do what? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where you mail it back to yourself.
Mail something to yourself, poor man's
Yeah.
copyright. Okay, well, this is the new school copyright.
Okay.
I'm talking to you because I didn't understand none of this either.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because we're from the old school, and all the kids
Right.
know about this. And I really, literally want to choke everybody in my family under 30 for not putting me on,
Right.
you know? But we're here now, and there's a time for everything. So you go on Rarible or OpenSea. These are the reputable. There'll be 1,000 websites.
Okay.
But if there's 5 of them that I recommend, you always got to do your own homework,
Right.
you know? You go on Rarible or OpenSea, you take that picture, you mint it. This is one way to do it. You mint it. Now you mint that picture. You only want to sell one.
Okay.
Once you mint it, you have the option of basically think of minting as registering it.
Got
Okay.
it.
It's going back to you.
Okay.
Your second option is to mint it and put it through the blockchain. But to put it through the blockchain, you have to pay for the processing fee, basically. I'm talking to you in English,
Right.
not in crypto talk.
Got you.
So you basically first thing you gotta do is mint it. Second option you have, which I don't recommend if it's your first time around, is it has to go through the blockchain, but minting it locks it down to you.
Okay.
And there's a series of numbers. The numbers are like ridiculous, larger than your social security, more letters than the alphabet. It's all computer stuff, but
Okay.
you'll get the swing of it. I'm not trying to discourage you,
Right.
but it all looks like Chinese, you know? When you start, you're like, I stood up my first night just buying crypto. Started buying crypto in April. 7 o'clock at night, no lie. I was up to like 9 o'clock in the morning just trying to register myself to purchase crypto.
Oh wow.
because they're like, they want to do a face scan. My camera, I got an Android. I don't have the, iPhone. They want to do it again. The lighting wasn't right. They wanted my bank account. They wanted, I'm like, and I'm checking everything to make sure I'm doing it right and not giving my information to the wrong place.
Right.
Now I'm a pro. But I always remember that night. I broke night. I haven't done that in years. Stood up past, wee hours. But basically, once you do, you mint it. You say, okay, you know what? You got to price it in crypto prices. So let's just say you said, I want a quarter of a Bitcoin,
Okay.
0.5 of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is 44,000. God bless you. Bitcoin right now is 45,000. Let's say it was 40,000. You want 0.5 of a Bitcoin. So that means you really want $10,000 for it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's a whole process. You set your price,
Okay.
or you set an auction price saying, I won't take less than $5,000, but you got to put it in the crypto money.
Right.
But that we figure out along the way.
Gotcha.
I want to sell 5 of these. You want to sell 5 of them? You can make a collection. For example, your Mary J, your Biggie, if you got whoever, like an artist collection of
Right.
R&B singers and hip hop. So you make your collection of 3 or 4 artists, maybe 10, 20, whatever you got. You mint them all, they're digitally there. So now when you don't pay to do it through the blockchain, that's the second step. I'm going to buy your NFT. So I go on OpenSea and I see a picture of Mary and I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. I want it. I either buy it for the price or I bid on the auction, right? I bought it, whichever way I bought it. Now it's mine.
Gotcha.
Okay. You may have another one. You may say, I'm selling 2 of these of Mary, the same exact picture.
Uh-huh.
But the second one I'm selling with the picture physically.
Oh, okay.
You feeling me? You don't have
Gotcha.
to. Digital is number 1. Number 2, if you want to throw the picture in as a bonus, hey, you want to give me $1 million? I'm going to give you the picture. I'm going to bring Mary J. Blige to sing for you. You market it the way you want.
Gotcha.
Okay. But the main
Gotcha.
thing is to figure out your prices, your collection. But here's the best thing about NFT. You being the artist, creating an NFT. I don't care what anybody tells you. People pay, and it's good for you. $1 million. I mean, they pay crazy money. Crazy
Okay.
money. I mean, like, people don't even have houses, but they're buying this thing on the computer.
Gotcha.
Because I know you think that's crazy, don't you?
Right. Yeah.
But
Right.
here's the thing. It's a rarity. They have something nobody else has. They have the rights to Kefee's work. This is an original Kefee. I was the first one to get it. So those are
Gotcha.
bragging rights.
Gotcha.
You get a celebrity, Snoop Dogg, he buys a piece of art, or let's say Mary buys your art.
Right.
She's going to go all over social media. I bought this, that. Now, Kefee, the artist, everybody wants to know who you are. What are you selling? What are you doing? Because who bought it? It
Right.
don't really even have to be Mary. It could be some other crypto, because all these people in crypto are growing up. It was hard for me to, when you grow up, you go, oh, I wish I could meet a millionaire. When I get older, I want to be a millionaire. Now everybody's a billionaire, which is like, what? And
Right.
I'm talking about kids.
So,
And it's all from crypto and NFTs. So the biggest thing of me wanting to talk to you is to get you out there. Number 1.
thank you.
You're welcome. Share your talent with the world. Number 2 is a lot of Black people and Hispanic people don't know
Correct.
about what's going into crypto now.
Gotcha.
Black and Hispanics are the highest investors in crypto and the richest in
Wow.
bracket. You see all these celebrities, let's go DJ Khaled, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg. All these guys did not make that money doing music. They're doing it through NFTs and through crypto, but they're not telling you or me because they want you to think they're just doing better than, and I feel personally, I'm insulted.
Okay.
But I'm not going to take it personal no more, because now I'm doing my thing and I do this channel to educate people, because I lost, and I don't like to tell nobody how much I lost when I first got in by my mistakes.
Gotcha.
I lost enough of money that you could you know what prices of houses are. I don't care if you're in Atlanta, New York, whatever. I lost enough of money to put a down payment on a house.
Wow.
You know why? Because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was just like, I'm getting in this no matter what. But I'm
Right.
still here. I'm not discouraged. And I wish somebody was out there giving me the information. And truth is, there's hundreds of channels,
Right.
maybe 2 or 5 of the max that I've been watching. And I watch on TikTok, Instagram, on, all the social media. Everybody does their shows because they're getting money.
Right.
They're getting $20,000, $30,000 just to plug in a project. I could do that all day, then I don't need crypto because I'll be making money, lying. But that's not what I'm here for.
Gotcha.
So this platform basically is to educate people. And as I'm talking to you and explaining to you, some other artists might tune in and get the information they need. And then they can go on and get some of this money, because this is the biggest transfer of wealth in our lifetime. And
Gotcha.
the truth is now or never. And the best part is that we're early. You're in the first bus of NFTs.
Okay.
Crypto's on its, I call it the bus. Crypto's on its second bus. I missed the first one, but I'm on the second one. Only 3% of the world is investing in crypto because there's not enough of knowledge out there that's honest. So everybody that gets into it, I know people that get into it with $10 and they're pissed because they lost it.
Right.
I know people that did the NFT, and when they registered it, they did it wrong. So they basically gave it to the platform, to the exchange, and the exchange made money. They gave them the rights. So you just basically have to do everything.
You sounded muffled.
Can you hear me now?
You say you sounded like you're muffled.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Uh-uh.
Hold on, let me check this.
Like you're getting some kind of feedback.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Uh-uh. I can hear you, but it's like you're still muffled.
Maybe it's just my voice.
Hold on. I think it's me. I'm on my witch call.
I don't have no windows open. So those are your basics.
Okay,
There's a
now you
lot
sound better. I don't know. Whatever you hit
maybe
then,
it
it
was
sounds
you.
better.
I didn't touch nothing. So those are the basics. Maybe you think about what you want to do, how you want to do. I'm here to help.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. So you said it's non-changeable, the crypto.
Fungible.
I mean, so how does it doesn't turn into regular currency?
Oh, yes, it does. Okay, so let me explain that part to you.
Okay.
I bought your art for $1 million. You
Right.
got $1 million in Bitcoin. I'm just throwing those numbers because people
Right.
throw those numbers like nothing. I buy your art.
Right.
You got $1 million in Bitcoin.
Okay.
You take your Bitcoin and you convert it to US dollar. It goes back because this all got to be connected to your debit account or your bank account.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's why I'm telling you, do your homework. Make sure you're on the right website so you're not putting your information all over the place and giving your money out.
Right.
Because that's not what we're doing this for.
Okay.
You convert the minute you want that money, the same way your money's in your account now, you just transfer it. Basically, you sell it. So if you have $1 worth of crypto, the minute you need that dollar in your hand, you just transfer it out of your exchange. But here's another part of it. Look at Coinbase, crypto.com. See, you're in Atlanta, so they have different states have different websites that you can use.
Uh-huh.
Like there's certain websites. I'm in New York right now, but I'm basically based out of Florida and Puerto Rico. I can use mostly everyone, being in the different places. So
okay.
Big Coinbase, crypto.com. Robinhood is great, but Robinhood don't let you move your money out unless you sell it. And you basically want to have your money where you can move it around. And what I mean by that is, let's just say I want to buy something from you. Forget about the NFT. I want to buy that picture behind you. And you have a crypto, it's called a crypto wallet.
Right.
So let's just say you have your crypto wallet, which will be like Coinbase or SafePal, TrustPal. There's a whole bunch of. I'll explain that to you. You'll say, Bobby, well, you know what? Give me $100. I'm gonna, I'll mail it to you. Whatever. I'll send you $100 in crypto, and it goes right into your wallet, which is usually on people's phones.
Gotcha.
The minute I send you those $100 on your wallet, which is your phone,
Uh-huh.
you can cash out right there, and that money goes into your bank account.
Gotcha.
But you don't really got me. You're still confused. But you can ask me anything. I don't want you to be lost.
No. Oh, correct. No, I'm saying because it's kind of like, but now let me. When you convert it though, they take a percentage of it to change it over into American or to currency.
It's a processing fee. It's not much.
Okay. Right.
Now here's the thing. I did a live one day, and one of the girls tuning in, she's like, nah. And I like to hear people's opinions because I tell them if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. It's gonna change their life, not mine, right?
Right.
So she's like, nah, cash is king. And I believe that my whole life. To this day, I want this money to grow so I can
Right.
have my cash, obviously, because no matter what, at the end of the day, we need to know we got dollars, right?
Right.
So I told her, I says, okay, cash is king. So I pulled out my debit card, my credit card, and I have a crypto card,
Okay.
which is from my crypto, one of my crypto accounts from Coinbase. And I said, honey, the same way you go to the supermarket and you purchase something, whether you're using your debit or your credit, you take your crypto card and you do the same thing. It's money. You can use it.
Oh, okay.
You just
Gotcha.
can't touch it.
Gotcha.
It's confusing. There's 17,400 approximately different cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
I'd say 17,300 are scams. That's
Oh,
the
wow.
scary part. But I'm being honest and I'm keeping it real.
Right. Well, that's good.
But here you see, you heard of Bitcoin, correct?
Right. 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 Right.
Do you know any other names of any other cryptocurrency?
Not really. I say I have Bitcoin on my phone. I mean, and it's just through my cash app, and that's probably as much as I know,
Did
to
you
be
ever
honest
buy or
with
no?
you. Huh?
Did you ever buy any or no?
Yeah, I bought like a little bit, but it was just so up and down, and I was trying to follow it. It wasn't.
And you let it go?
Huh? Yeah,
You let it go?
yeah. Because I wasn't understanding it. And I didn't see. Like every time I put it in, I was losing, and every time it kept dropping. And then I would see what people say. Oh, I got this much in Bitcoin, but when I would go look at mine, it'd be like it wouldn't be nowhere to what people were saying it was flipping was.
See,
So I
here's
was
the
like,
thing. Here's the thing. Bitcoin started at $1, right?
right,
There's a guy, his name is Da Vinci. I'm not like I listen to people and I take bits and pieces and I don't glorify any of them because at the end of the day, like I said, they're all getting paid to do
right,
their channels. And I just don't think it's fair. It's like if you're gonna big something up, at least let me know you're sponsoring, they're paying you, whatever, but don't, BS people.
right.
But he literally, I believe in 2017, and I posted a video with him. He said, people, please just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. You're gonna thank me later. That dollar that he was telling people to buy in 2017 is worth $44,000 right now. So this is where I go, damn, imagine if we would have bought $1,000 worth. I don't even know how to count that high,
Right.
Each dollar is worth 44,000 right now as we speak. So you think 5 years later, if you invested $1,000 times $40,000, what's that, like $4 billion?
So it just sits there. So I mean, so the more, but basically, it's like the more people invest in it, the more you make off of that first dollar.
No, it's
No.
not. See, it's not like that, and that's what I thought it was, like those pyramids.
Right. But
It's nothing like that. See, what crypto really is, it's not really a token. I'm gonna give you an example. There's the easiest one to explain. There's a crypto called Audius. What Audius does is, if you're on what's the music platform that you can listen to music, like Spotify and all
Oh
those
yeah,
stream,
Spotify, Apple Pay. I mean,
right? Like the Apple Music and
right,
the,
right,
the
right,
YouTube Music. Well, this is just an example. Audius is a program, a computer program. In order for you to listen to your music, this has nothing to do with what you bought, but that computer program is what streams the music from your phone to, sends the signal. Basically, you want to listen to all R&B music. The minute you put it in, that whole program is ran on a digital computer.
right,
It's like a whole computer thing that I don't even know how to explain. So those websites need that Audius program to run the app.
right.
So basically, if you went and you bought $100 worth of Audius, you just invested $100 into that project.
Got you to that
So
app.
it's
Okay,
not really a coin, but they call it a coin. So anything that you are investing in crypto has to do something.
okay,
It's like, when you send money through Western Union
right.
and then
So,
you like pay for them to get it in minutes, money in minutes.
okay,
Well, it takes minutes, maybe a half an hour for the money to show from A to B. Well,
right,
these are all programs that make it faster. It gets really technical, but as long as you're on a project that makes sense to you and you understand what you're buying and what you're investing in, then it becomes a whole nother ball game, and then you're more interested in it.
okay. So
But you
when
have to
you
do your
so
homework.
huh?
I says, but you have to do your own homework, no matter who tells you
Right,
what.
right. So that was my next question. So when I lost my train of thought, I was going to ask you.
It's okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
wait.
all right, so now, so once we set the digital for the picture, right? Say we set it 5 times.
Right.
After that fifth time that it's sold, will that it automatically sets and it tells it can never be sold again? So how do you know it won't be sold again? That's I guess even though it's in the digital world,
Okay, so you sell 5 of those, right?
right?
And you sold them to 5 different people. Soon as those 5 people buy them, chances are they're going to relist them
Right,
and they're going to keep selling them. But remember I was saying the word, the blockchain?
right.
The minute I buy your picture, it goes on the blockchain. So the blockchain will show it went from Keefy to Bobby. Now
Got you.
Bobby goes and sells it because now I'm the owner of it. And Tanya down in another country bought it. So it shows Keefy, Bobby, Tanya. Tanya sells it to the 4th person named Michael. That's where the blockchain registers it. So it's like a paper trail,
Okay,
except it's electronic. It's called the blockchain. That's all the blockchain is. Me, you, the next girl, the next guy, next. Same thing they do with crypto.
okay. So then so then if I said I'm only selling 5 of them, really I'm selling 5, but that 5 people can then turn around and sell those 5. That same
Yeah, and
now.
at that point, it's none of your business because you made your money.
Okay,
But
okay.
you can still sell your picture physically.
Right. So that
They
was my
just
next question too. So say if they say, okay, say if someone bought it for just $1 million on Bitcoin,
right.
right? And I sold the actual thing, would that diminish their money?
No,
It doesn't.
no.
Okay. So it doesn't diminish the value. So now let me ask you this. So once you sell it, do you still have a copy of it or do you actually sell that copy and you no
Once
longer
I
have it?
sell it, I lose the rights on the blockchain. I know this all don't make sense to you right now, but eventually it'll be like, oh, that was easy. But it's new, so it's not going to register like, okay, yeah, blockchain, I got that. Once I sell it after I bought it from you,
Right.
the only thing I can do with that is show people, look, I was the first owner after the artist. That's all I could do. But I don't own the right to that digital print anymore. Once I sell it, it's no longer mine.
Okay. So then, but you will still have a copy of it though, right?
No.
Oh, so you don't have the.
I don't
Okay.
have no rights of it. Now if I have a picture like screen, like there could be 100 pictures. Like if people screenshot your pictures on their computer
Right.
and they try to put it on the blockchain,
Right.
they would be able to put it on the blockchain if you didn't do it.
Got you.
So the truth is, let's just say I was a psycho and I was a liar and a scammer. I seen your artwork. Now I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm going to make believe I made that. There's
Got
nothing
you.
stopping. There's no law saying that I can't do that because you put it on social media. You know, you lose your rights basically to anything that you post. Like you're not protected by anything that you put on social media.
Okay.
So if I stole your picture and I'm just hypothetically, just giving you a hypothetical. If I took that picture and you seen it on a blockchain and it says Bobby's the artist and you're like, yo, that's mine. Prove it.
Right. I'm saying, okay, all right. Then so now that's my next question. So if you do that, so if I see that, so how would I mean, what would is there someone that delegates and say, all right, that needs to be stopped or fraud, or how do you do that? How does that happen?
No. Honestly, no. There's no regulations yet because it's so new. And there's a company called the SEC, and they've been like doing stuff with crypto to regulate it. And most people that are honest into crypto want that, like myself, because
Right.
it'll prevent all those thousands of fake coins out there, things like that with the NFT. But just think of it. Think of the first car, whoever invented the first car. There was no traffic lights. There was no
Right.
double yellow lines. They could just do what they want because there was nobody had a car, right?
Right.
So this is just very new. Do you remember when computers first came out?
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, how do you do that? We could talk to people? MySpace? Woo, like this is so new. There's no regulations yet. So what I recommend you do with your art is get yourself an account like on Rarible or OpenSea. And every time you do a piece of art, run it through the minting. So you don't have to pay to put it through the blockchain. But once you minted it, that's like your copyright.
Got you.
So then after that, if you seen somebody was acting like they made your art and they were trying to make an NFT out of it, that's when you go ahead and you now hold on, I minted this. This is me. I did this on this day and they're selling it on this day and it will protect you.
Got you.
Listen, there's a lot of when there's money like that involved, there's so many people that and these are the geniuses. They know how to get into your stuff and but the truth is in crypto and NFTs, to make you feel better, you are your biggest risk of security. If you understand what I'm saying. As long as you're doing everything the correct way and you keep all your passwords safe, you're
Got
good because there's so many passwords, facial recognition. If somebody hacks your stuff, it's your fault because you left something open.
you. Okay. So when I go to even just to go to set up a wallet, so if they don't ask me like certain things, then I mean, that's to look for? Should I look for that when they ask for facial recognition and all that? Is that something they standard?
Yes, it's standard and excuse me. It's standard and you would have they want your license, they want a bank account routing number. Some of them just want your debit card, some of them want your credit card. But if you're on the right website, for example, Coinbase, beautiful company, great, reputable. If I tell you go to Coinbase, you might go to coinbase.org instead of .com. Now you're on the wrong website.
Got you.
So like these are things you got to do when you're by yourself and you're in a nice peaceful mood and you got your pen and pad because they give you passwords.
Got you.
And those passwords, they don't even let you screenshot them to protect yourself. You got to write them down.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something. It was so intimidating. In the beginning, that I was almost like, nah, but then I'm like, I'm gonna do this because I know people who have this money
Right.
and it's real. It's not like they BSing. But these people got in when things were pennies and dollars. I got in when things were already $2,000, $5,000. But I'm in, and I'm not going. This, I've been retired for almost 15 years. This is my new job, and I love it.
Got it.
And the truth is, I ain't doing it for me because I think we're in the same age group. I lived
Right.
my life. I enjoyed it. I'm a grandmother now. I'm doing this for my grandkids, for the family. Whatever
Okay.
I was gonna leave them before, I'm gonna leave them a whole lot more now because of crypto. And I made money already, and it's only been like 11 months. But
Yeah.
you have to learn. You got to, that's why I was telling you this conversation. I'm gonna see you again if you're interested. This don't end here.
Right.
There's so much. You got to set your mind. Like, for example, I just want to give you an example. If I told you to buy something today that was $1, and in a year from now it's $6, it's a year, but
Right.
you think long term. You're a grown up. You're not a kid. You
Right.
know, you could wait a year, and in a year it's $100 each. You say, well, damn, I only spent $1 on each one of these. I'm gonna cash out. But the same way you waited to cash out at $100 each, somebody's cashing out when it goes to $2, when it doubles. But
Right.
these things 100x, they 1000x. So with that said, you determine. All right, you know what? This is an example I give everybody. Some people do this just to buy a car.
Wow.
You may say, I got $1,500 in my pocket and I'm saving. When I get 5,000, I'm gonna buy me a car. Now you met me, you're like, I could get that car money real quick, but I might lose it because it's crypto. You never know when it's up and down. But you put that 1,500 into crypto, and just by luck, tomorrow it tripled or quadrupled. You got your car money and you got your investment back. But that's just good timing.
Okay. So
So
it's almost
basically,
like it's kind of like the market in a sense also. So
yes,
now
just
once
like
they,
stocks.
huh?
Just like stocks, except you got to wait a lifetime in stocks to make the money you can make in crypto.
Okay.
Hey, I'll give you another example. My niece's fiance, he talked to me about, you ever heard of the metaverse?
Yes, I've heard of that. Yes.
That's like a whole virtual life. It's crazy. Like people are going to be living in this thing virtually. Don't ask. They sell NFTs there too. It's like a virtual city. You make an avatar of you. You could be the artist in the street at a park in the metaverse if you want and sell your paintings in the metaverse. But now you're sitting there with the goggles and
Right.
you're playing this game and you're really doing a job, except you're doing it virtually.
Gotcha. So
Right?
That's the one I think I'm seeing on TikTok where it kind of shows the person, but not a person,
Right. It's
and
like
it's
an
spraying.
avatar.
Yeah.
They
Gotcha.
got clothing stores. Gucci got a clothing. It's just, that's a whole nother show, right? But you can look at all my channels because I kind of try to break down everything up to date because crypto changes, the NFTs change every day. Um, with everything that's going on, like in Russia and Ukraine, everybody thought the crypto was gonna go down. It's been pumping like crazy.
Mm.
I mean, I'd rather not have the money and make sure those babies are safe.
Right.
But it's what's happening. And I think it's happening because people now they shut the banks down. Now this is all making sense. They shut the banks down. They can't get their money. But guess what? They could send them crypto because there's no regulation. Nobody could stop that. It's a worldwide currency. It's not like a state or a country. It's everybody in the world is buying this.
Okay.
So the banks are basically scared of it because the dollar is not worth nothing right now.
Right.
So you leave $10 in the bank, you got $10 in the bank. So I just want to give you the last example because I know you got to get back on and I want to see your art before we go.
Okay.
My niece's fiance, he called me one day, and now I already know about crypto, but I didn't know about the metaverse tokens that are for sale. He says to me, buy something. It was a mana. It's called Mana from Decentraland, which is one of the worlds in the metaverse. It was 80 cents that day. I bought it the next day. It was almost $6.
Oh wow.
So you would have threw, 1,000, 5,000. You would have like banked overnight. Like wake up in the morning with a nice paycheck. And that's when you see stuff like that, you cash out. Like, all right, I'm done. But always go back in. You go in when it's low. You never go in when it's high, ever.
Gotcha.
If you gotta wait, you wait it out. Because some people get scared. There's even a whole nother language, which I'll give you the breakdown next time we talk. But there's something, I'm gonna give you an example. FOMO, fear of missing out. So right now I tell you, oh my God, Bitcoin's up. It's 44,000. It's gonna be 70 tomorrow, 70,000. You'd be like, what? I got 40,000 in the bank. Let me put my life savings. I'm gonna make almost 30 grand. But you listen to me now. What if it goes down? I just put you in a bad position. But because they FOMO, fear missing out, they jumped in, and what happens? They get wrecked.
Gotcha.
So you got to learn the market and figure it out and start, eventually you're going to start learning how to read the charts and everything. I didn't know nothing. Now I think I know everything. But let's talk about your art.
Okay.
So we can wrap this up.
What do you want to know?
Let's know about you, because we're going to have people go to your TikTok, follow you, your YouTube.
Okay, I'm originally from Florida. I grew up, I've basically been drawing since probably about the 3rd grade. I'm a real big Bob Ross fan. If you look at my page, any of my social media, you're going to see some of my landscapers. I do a lot of landscaping. Then once in high school, I was introduced to airbrushing. And I started going, when I was younger, I would go to the mall on Saturdays and watch the guy in the mall and watch him do T-shirts. And I would ask him questions, just kind of get an understanding of what airbrushing was.
Right.
Because he made it look mighty awesome on T-shirts, but he was basically doing a lot of the, in Florida, you get the palm trees, the birds,
Right. The
the
easy
basic
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was asking him questions, and I started doing my friends in the neighborhood. And I would buy tags from him and T-shirts, but I wouldn't let him do them. So he figured out what I was doing, and so he stopped talking to me. Right. And so then it was just trial and error, because he gave me enough to get me going.
Right.
And then I ran across Drew Blair, and he's probably the best in the world in airbrushing that I know of. And so I started reading airbrush magazines and picking it up from there. But I also went to art school. I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And I studied there. And we had a little basic airbrushing, so that gave me a little more. But the rest of it was just basic trial and error to get to where I'm at now, to do more of the realistic stuff, just working on it, just trial and error.
Right.
I've been doing it probably the last 15 years. So
is this how you make a living, your art?
Yeah. I also do tattoos also. So during the day, yeah. So it's pretty much everything is revolved around art. So
you do custom orders?
Yes, I do custom orders. I don't give any, like, if you ever come on my live, I won't give you any prices over my live.
Right.
You have to inbox me, and I have to see the picture, because I have to explain this to people, because it's like you go into a grocery store and you tell them, just charge me. Well, you have nothing in your basket, so I don't know what to charge you.
Right.
So that's why I asked to see a picture. When I ship your product, your photo back or your painting back, it is insured till it gets your door. So everything is all, back on the buck. Yes, on the buck. And then I do a follow-up. Once I'll know when you get it, because I have you sign for it. And then they'll let me know when it was delivered. So then I'll do a follow-up, and then I also ask, when you receive your painting, to send me a photograph with your painting.
Right.
So that's on all custom orders.
That's your receipt. You're smart.
Right. Because I've had incidents where, people say that they didn't get the paintings, they never arrived, and then I show them who signed for it, where it was delivered, the photo on your doorstep, and it's sad that we have to get like that, but to protect ourselves, we do that.
No, you have to. That's how you earn a living, and you took out your time, and people. I tell you, like I said before, whenever there's money involved, people want to be vultures.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why not just pay you for your work? It's worth it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you welcome? So do you have like I know you did the Biggie, you
Hmm.
got the Mary. Who
Hmm.
else do you have as far as
Oh, I have a Tupac. I have Miles Davis. Here, let's see. I'll show you Miles real quick. Hey.
are they all for sale?
Uh, the Miles Davis comes in canvas print. Whenever you order a print from me, they come in canvas prints, so it looks exactly like the photo. This is the Miles here. Let's see if you can
Wow,
see that.
beautiful.
It comes. It looks exactly like the photo. It's on canvas, except in this corner, it's going to have two numbers. They have the number of print this is, and the number how many was printed. So whenever you're buying a tangible print, always remember that.
Okay.
And I only sell limited editions, and the reason I sell limited editions is because everybody don't want what everybody can have.
Right,
All right. So, and I keep the number down because it keeps the value good. So if
right,
you go out and you buying a painting or buying a print, and you say it says um 10 of 50, all right,
right.
those are the first 10 and the last 10, but they're all going to hold their value. But the
Got you.
first 10 and the last 10 are going to be increasing their value because, for one, you got the first five, or you have one of the first five, or one of the first 10.
Right.
And if there's only 50, then you have one of the last of the 50, or if you don't have the last. So the
Okay.
first and last are always going to shoot up in value. You know,
Got
so
you.
always remember that when you're buying prints. But that's one of the reasons I do it too, because once you invest in it, now you have something that'll hold its value. It's not going to diminish
Nice.
because the market's not saturated with a bunch of Miles Davis done by Keefee. There's only
Right.
30 Miles Davis done by Keefee.
That's
You know,
nice. That
so
that's a good.
that's one of the reasons I like to do limited edition. And if I may not do limited, I might just sell one, be one and done. You know, and so that increases the value too. So that way, when people, when you buy a piece, you want something that's nice. You know what I mean? And you want
Right.
to know what you paid for, and you want to be able to, if you ever, for whatever reason you had to sell it, you'll be able to get your money back.
Got you.
Yeah, and so
Got
that's
you.
one of the reasons I do it too.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a fun question.
Okay,
What is your favorite piece of art that you
that's
can't
my
get rid of?
that I can't get rid of.
That you can't get
Um,
rid of
ooh,
because you don't want to.
right. Ooh, let's see. I have a few that I don't want to get rid of. It will probably be. I have a 9/11 painting I did. I did it the maybe a week after 9/11, and it's a 24 by 36, and it's an eye. It's a black and white eye, but in the pupil of it, it's color, and it has the twin towers and all the smoke and everything. So that one, that's probably the one I just don't want to get rid of.
So you did it with emotion.
Yeah, yeah. But I tell people this all the time, though. I mean, whenever you get a painting from me, you get a little piece of my soul in that painting.
Okay.
Because everyone, and I tell people this also, it's like, what's my best piece is my next piece. Because all the process that I've been going through and learning up to this stage
Perfection.
created this, you
Right.
know, like this was the best piece for when I got to this point.
Into your
You know
next
what I'm
piece.
saying? And so now my Mary is going to be the best piece because I'm taking everything I did here and tweets in between to get to Mary.
Okay.
So that's probably be my, but yeah, that would probably be my piece that I don't want to get rid of just for that
Okay.
reason, though. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, once you're done with that, Mary, I'm gonna see to it that she sees it.
Ah, you were
I said
muffled
when
again.
I said once you're done with that, Mary, I'm gonna see to it that she gets to see it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That would be
You're
really nice. I
welcome.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
we have a mutual friend, so it will definitely be brought to her attention.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That
So
was nice.
it was so nice meeting you.
Thank
And
you.
if
It was
you
nice
have
meeting
any
you
questions,
personally.
you
Now
got
we
my
get to chat.
contact. And think about the whole thing, but do your homework and check out some of my videos when you're bored and listen to what I'm saying.
Right. Oh, trust me. I, I got you.
I even
We're
got
gonna be.
videos
You're gonna
of
hear from
this.
me again.
Good. I even got the videos of scams, what to do, what not to do. You'll
Okay.
see. I don't want to keep you no more because I got to feed the husband. I know you got to get to your piece there, but it was so nice meeting you. And
Nice
if I can
meeting
help
you.
you with your NFTs, I'm so excited to help you. And God
Okay.
bless you.
God
And keep
bless you.
doing your thing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. You
Take care,
too.
buddy. Everybody follow Kefee the Artist. That's your name on YouTube also, right? Kefee the Artist?
On YouTube, it's one Kefee the Artist on YouTube.
Okay.
One Kefee the Artist on YouTube. Kefee the Artist on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And TikTok is Kefee1.
Okay. You guys got that, right? If you didn't, rewind the tape and the tape. You see how old we are? We're like, rewind the tape. Rewind the YouTube.
Right.
Take care.
All
Have
right.
a good
Thank
night.
you.
God bless. You're welcome.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was Kefee the Artist. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all check out his artwork. And it was nice to talk to him. I know I confused the heck out of him, but that's what I'm here for. You can always come back and ask me more questions. It would be a darn shame for him not to put his art out there as an NFT. And art is art, but I've seen some art that's sold for so much money that can't even compare. So with that said, you all have a great night. Take care. God bless. And prayers to everybody. God bless. Crypto Granny, Bobby, Bob, Bob, Bobby. I'm out.